So Hibs certainly made it as difficult as possible for themselves, but in the end, they managed to get the goals that were required to send them through to the Conference League playoff, where they will play against Legia Warsaw next week. Unfortunately, Dundee United didn't progress, despite going 2-0 up against Rapid Vienna, which they'll probably feel disappointed about. With that being the case, they did take it all the way to penalties. Unfortunately, they missed their first penalty, and Rapid Vienna didn't miss any. So, unfortunately, Dundee United out, which means we've only got 4 teams in the playoff, but 4's not too bad out of 5. Hopefully, all 4 teams can progress. Of course, Celtic, Rangers, and Aberdeen are already in European competition, guaranteed. It's down to Hibs to see if we've got 4 out of 4 in European competitions when the playoffs take place. But in terms of the game itself, Hibs had a chance to go 1-0 up, cut back, and Chris Cadden just hits it right at the goalkeeper, probably should make it 1-0. And then there's a strike from range from Partizan, similar kind of position to the goal that Michelin scored against Hibs in the previous round, but Jordan Smith, who had a first half to forget, let's say, gets 2 hands on it and should keep it out, and it goes into the back of the net. Not great, but from that point, you could see Partizan growing a bit of confidence. Hibs created a couple more chances where maybe just balls across, glancing headers, not quite going in, and then a cutback from Partizan, and it's hit right at Jordan Smith, and it goes in. He had a really terrible first half. There was talk about subbing him off at half time, but David Gray stuck with him, gave him the chance to go out and redeem himself, and he made some saves in the second half and in extra time that were really important in terms of how the game went. Hibs came out, there was some chances for Partizan again early on, maybe looked like they were going to score, but then Kieran Bowie steps up, man in the picture, and scores genuinely a Puskas contender goal. He's 30 plus yards out, he hits it on the half volley, and it goes right into the top corner. It's unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, check out social media for it. It's stupidly good, and that gave Hibs a bit of confidence. And then what would have given them even more confidence is the fact that Partizan Belgrade player gets a second yellow card, and they go down to 10 men for the second game in a row against Hibs. And you would think from that point it was going to be easy pickings for Hibs. They had a couple of other chances. They did actually have the ball in the back of the net, but once again, Martin Boyle offside. It was Nicky Cadden who had the ball in the back of the net, but disallowed, and rightfully so. Unfortunately for Hibs, though, last kick of the game, basically, Partizan do well to create the chance, fired across, and really good finish to take it into extra time in the first place. After some big saves from Jordan Smith just before it, to be fair, who did entirely redeem himself from the first half performance with the saves that he made, of course. Into extra time, you would think, Hibs having the extra man, they would still manage to get the job done. Although Partizan still managed to threaten a couple of chances that they had, decent saves from Smith. They actually had the ball in the back of the net as well, which was chopped off again, rightfully so, for offside. But the winning goal for the tie, not on the night, of course, comes from Chris Cadden. It's good work from Hoylett and Mulligan down the left-hand side. Mulligan's shot is deflected, which kind of catches the goalkeeper off guard. The goalkeeper probably does well to save the initial effort, to be fair, from Mulligan after the deflection, and Chris Cadden's the quickest to react and fires into the back of the net, which sees Hibs progress to the playoff next week to face Legia Warsaw. So hopefully they can put in similar performances to the away leg against Partizan in the 2 games that they played against Midtjylland, and hopefully they can progress there. Thank you very much for watching. Commiserations if you're a Dundee United fan. I think they would have a really good chance of going through had they gotten through the Rapid Vienna tie. It's unfortunate for them. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.